What are some things you would think that are advantage to you with you being biracial?
I speak two languages.
Fluent?
Well, my English still got its little
You
perks
speak pretty
here and
good
there.
English. You speak pretty good English.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, because I know people that have been here for a long time and their English is worse than mine. But I do have my difficulties with certain words, so when I try to read out loud, I have to ask people. But I asked and I learned, and that's how
Well,
I
say something. Say something in German for the camera.
like what?
Just say how you doing. It's a nice day. Something like that. Something real simple.
Uh, Hallo, wie geht's?
Well, I get to celebrate Christmas twice. um,
Christmas.
yes, my grandma, she actually did the tradition when she moved to the United States. She wanted to celebrate Christmas on the 24th because it's the 25th in Germany.
25th here too, right?
Yeah, but it takes a little, I think Germany time, they're ahead.
Yeah,
They're like 6 or 8 hours ahead or something like that. So she wanted to celebrate it here on the 24th. But she also did it because she knew that the mixed kids had Christmas with their other family. So we celebrate Christmas with my grandmother's side on the 24th and then Christmas with the other side of the family on the 25th.
Welcome back to Columbus Connections. You just saw a small clip from a documentary, The Other Race, by Columbus filmmaker and entrepreneur Terrance Flowers. Okay, so guess we're going to talk about race. Get comfortable. But we just spoke to Brandy with the Literacy Alliance, and let's be honest, literacy is something that does affect the African American community. See, it affects me. The African American community, that is. All young Americans who are of African descent. And something else that affects them is colorism. The idea that you're too dark, you're too light, you're this, you're that, you're mixed, you're not. Kids have a hard enough problem. Growing up with so many insecurities, growing up with so many issues. And colorism is something that we do to ourselves as a race, as a community. So somebody was brave enough to tackle that issue, and again, his name is Terrance Flowers, and he's sitting with me right now. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, brother?
Absolutely, I'm doing good. Now tell me first, how'd you get your start in filmmaking, and what led you to do this documentary?
I got my first start really doing music videos, and after doing music videos for so long, a couple opportunities, a friend of mine, Marquise Averett, Skinny,
Right.
He wanted me to cover a couple of events for him, and I did. So I had started getting to more of a photojournalistic type of brand,
Yeah.
and it kind of just started from there.
Yeah, kind of naturally, so you kind of natural progression.
Yeah, started out with doing in the hood, doing the videos and stuff like that, and like I said, I started doing a lot of events with Skinny, couple of protests he had and stuff like that, and putting those out. And I had since I had the experience doing music videos, when it came to editing and stuff, my whole photojournalistic style was just different. People started liking it. I did some stuff with the homeless and got more notoriety, and just kind of started from there.
And it turned into a business.
Yes, it did.
So he was in here doing something, and you were talking about terms I had never heard before. I thought I knew what I was doing with the camera. Then you started talking about different lighting. And so my point is that you took something that you're passionate about, and you made a job out of it. You made a career out of it.
Yes, I did. I got it out the mud. No formal training, no schooling.
Right.
A lot of Google, tons of YouTube,
Right.
a lot of sleepless nights.
Right. Gotcha.
So
How
you
can
gotta have a
people
team.
contact you?
You can contact me at Post Media. That's Post is spelled with a V, not a U. PVLSE media.info@gmail.com. That's the best way to get in touch with me.
Gotcha. Terrance Flowers, The Other Race. Now, okay, yeah, everybody's good out there, right, y'all?
We're good,
We're going
right?
to still have a show next week to go to? And again, we wanted to spotlight this because this is not just a story for African Americans. It's for all young Americans who have grew up with some kind of thing that they've been told they weren't good enough because of X. You're not dark enough, you're not light enough, you're not rich enough, you're not poor enough, you're too much of this, you have too much money. Whatever, we all have something that we grew up with, and it's about overcoming those odds. Overcoming through literacy, learning how to stop that generational thing where people are falling behind, getting kids ready in the third grade. Being an entrepreneur who takes a passion that he has and turns it into something that is putting Columbus on the map, feeding his family, and making him successful. That's what we're about. We appreciate you watching. Be sure to support these efforts. And thanks for watching Columbus Connections.